Now that we have discussed all the items in the balance sheet, now let us discuss the format and the heads in the statement of profit and loss. Basically, as the name suggests, the main motive of the statement of profit and loss is to establish whether a business is making profits or losses. We know that the simplest formula for calculating profit or loss is income minus expenditure. If the difference is positive, then it is a profit, and if it is negative, then it is a loss. Keeping this in mind, we can see that the statement of profit and loss constitutes of an income side and an expenditure side. Again, each of these sides have a preset format. The major items under the income side are revenue from operations and other income, whereas the major items under the expenditure side are cost of materials consumed, purchases of stock in trade, changes in inventories, employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortization, and other expenses. Let us see each of the items under the income side and the expenditure side in detail now. Under the income side, the first item is revenue from operations. This consists of revenue from operational activities of an organization, that is, revenue earned from the day-to-day business of the organization. This includes revenue earned from the sale of products or services and other operating revenues. If an organization is a financial company, then incomes earned as interest or dividend, which are earned as a part of the operating activities of such organization, as well as income from financial services rendered, will be considered as revenue from operations. For example, if a company is engaged in the service of just investing in stock markets, then the dividends earned on such investments are considered as revenue from operations, since the normal operating business of such company is to invest in stocks. The second item under the income side is other income. This includes all the incomes earned by the organization which is not on account of the operational activities of the organization. So this head consists of all the miscellaneous non-operational incomes. It includes incomes like interest income for companies other than finance companies, dividend incomes, net gains on sale of investments, rental incomes, gain on currency fluctuations, etc. We saw that the income side had two major items for classification. On the expenditure side, there are 7 items for classification. The first item is cost of materials consumed. This constitutes of the cost of the raw materials and other items consumed in the manufacturing process. Since this constitutes of the materials consumed in the manufacturing process, this item applies only to the manufacturing companies and does not apply to the trading companies. The second item is purchases of stock in trade. This constitutes the cost of purchase of the trading goods which are used for trading by the company. The third item here is changes in inventories of finished goods, work in progress, and stock in trade. This is calculated by drawing the difference between the opening and closing stock of inventory. Such calculations should also include the effect of work in progress and stock in trade. This gives a fair idea of the actual cost of inventory that is utilized in a given period of time. The fourth item is employee benefit expenses. This consists of the cost incurred by the company on its employees to retain them with the company. This includes salaries and wages paid, contribution to PF and other funds, staff welfare expenses, etc. The fifth item under expenditure is finance cost. This includes all the costs that are incurred to finance the operations of the business. These include expenses like interest on loans, bad debts, discounts, interest on debentures and bonds, etc. The sixth item is depreciation and amortization. When the company utilizes its assets over the years, the asset starts to have wear and tear. It is not visible in actuality, but the efficiency of the asset goes down. This non-cash reduction in the value of an asset due to wear and tear of tangible assets is called as depreciation. Amortization is the writing off of an amount on the intangible assets. The last item under expenditure is other expenses. We discussed the various types of expenditures in the first 6 categories under the expenditure side. All the other expenses which do not fall under any of those 6 categories are included within the other expenses or the miscellaneous expenses. So first you have to check if a given expense falls under the first 6 categories. If it doesn't fit in any of those categories, then it should be included in the miscellaneous expenses. This includes expenses involved in affecting sales like advertising, selling commissions, brokerages, free samples provided, and so on. Further, this includes costs involved in distribution of the manufactured and traded goods up to the point of sale, like carriage outwards, warehouse expenses, delivery expenses, etc. Further, any loss incurred on sale of assets and investments will also be disclosed in the miscellaneous expenses. So with this, we have discussed how the statement of profit and loss is constituted and where each item gets reflected in the statement of profit and loss.